Hello, City Skylines fans. I'm Socksway Up, and welcome to the finale of Chillhorn Season 2. We said about a month ago when we started this, it was going to be a shorter series. We're sticking to it. We're going to hit all the milestones. We're going to get that last one today. And then we'll kind of do an overview of the city, talk about things I would have done differently on this map if I could start over, some mistakes I think I made. But first, we need 10,000 more citizens at least to move in to hit that milestone. That's going to require a lot of expansion, so we're going to build out a lot of road networks here, get them zoned, and let the game kind of catch up. At this point, I feel like I've touched base on everything that we wanted to as far as walking you through, learning how to play the game. At this point, it's just expanding and extending and growing the city and keeping everything in balance. As you press forward to your goal of finishing your city, a lot of areas we didn't touch were like monorails and trams. I typically don't use those. I haven't gotten into a groove of using them and making them look nice. I stick away from them. Maybe we'll try to get better at that later. We also didn't touch on the Sunset Harbor DLC. Again, it was one that I wasn't super excited about when it came out. I don't use it very much in my cities at all, so I'm not super familiar with it to be able to feel like I could walk you through doing a good Sunset Harbor DLC walkthrough. So yeah, now we're just rambling a little bit, but here we're getting Hawthorne Hills zoned out with all of its residents. It takes a while for the game to catch up. We definitely over-zoned, and if anyone's ever done this, you can cause huge traffic issues and not get ahead of it. Yeah, there was a lot of sitting and waiting and staring at the game while I was making this episode because we were pushing forward. We wanted to fill all the empty space, at least in these initial 8 tiles. We have a 9th tile that we're going to talk about future plans that may be a post-finale episode. But yeah, we got this zoned up here, another little section close to the highway. I wanted to make sure we're utilizing all of that space to keep the city growing, keep it happy, and keep going along with Chillhorn. Well, we kind of just power through the rest of this build, and I don't know much to say about it that we haven't said in other episodes. The road layout design that I go with is very grid-based, as we've talked about a lot. We do have some roads that kind of go along the terrain of the river there, or the breaks in it and follow it, that kind of break up the grid. They're not perfect squares. There's a lot of rectangles and straight lines that continue but don't connect. Visually, it's stimulating to me. I just enjoy making roads this way and neighborhoods this way, and I'm able to do them pretty quick. Sometimes they come out very similar to each other's. Sometimes they come out nice. After the houses are populated and everything, I think they always look awesome. I could do better. Those are areas that I kind of want to break away from the trends and the bad habits, I guess you could say, of doing it the same all over and over again. But we talked about at the beginning, like, why did I even do this city? And a lot of the thoughts that I had was I needed a break from Lake Sockside. I was building Lake Sockside since I believe it was March of this year, and off and on kept coming back to it, and I was struggling with it, and I decided to just play vanilla. And while I was playing vanilla, I decided let's make a series for it. So we did it, and I don't know. I don't know if I'll do it again. I definitely will not do another Snowfall vanilla series. I can promise you that. If we do another Snowfall series, it's going to be with some at least visual mods, like I can't even think the names of them. I haven't even been looking at the mods for a while, but at least some of the quality of life mods. If it's just move it, maybe, I don't know. Again, the fog bothers me the most. Not having dynamic resolution to pump up the resolution of the game, because my PC can handle a lot more than what vanilla can. Those are some things that I'm really missing, and why I really love opening up Lake Sockside right now, and the other series that's coming later next year that I'm starting to work on in the background. Those are the things that have me excited. I kind of want to apologize for anybody who thought they would get a little bit more out of this series. I did what I could. I rushed it. A lot of stuff happened in life that kind of limited how much time I could spend on it, but It was fun. I enjoyed it. I think it's going to help me become a better player of Cities Skylines and make better content moving forward. Boom! 60,000. We hit it during my ramble. Before we dive into the full reveal, we lay down a little bit more roads and mess them up. Then we'd stare at the game for a while and watch the housings and the buildings come into play and the game catch up. And we stare a little bit more. Lots of staring. Next, we add in some parks to help maybe stimulate some of the building and get the demands to kind of kick up. You can see there's no demand of anything right now, so we just had to kind of let it happen. We overzoned. That was my fault. I wanted to get it done quick. This is kind of the grand reveal of it. Chillhorn's a pretty cool town for vanilla for me. This is the first time in probably a couple years. I really don't like the way this lines up here. I think I threw those in there just to kind of make the commercial demand happy. Let's get rid of some of them. The rest of them can stay. But again, this is the first time in a very long time that I've played vanilla all the way through to all the milestones and unlocked it, and actually was able to. A couple times back, I got so used to using realistic population that I couldn't get the population high enough. And one of the things that we're kind of looking at in this overview as I'm dragging the mouse around and doing the voice later, I'm kind of showing where I would want the highway if I could go back. This downtown area by the football field, I think we would have had the highway cut through there and really focused on that being more of a downtown. Possibly this area that we're looking here, we could have used both sides of the river and made somewhat of a downtown area on both sides there. Right here, we're gonna do a little bit of a sneak peek of something that might come later next year in the first quarter, hopefully. I've saved this entire tile. So this is a finale, but we possibly will be coming back to it. Let's give it a name here. Future Airport. Everyone knows that new DLC is coming out, so we're saving that spot for it for Chillhorn. Didn't want to put the airport in without the DLC once it was announced. So there's some other things that we're kind of looking at here. Yeah, again, that loop turned out nice. I would have pulled the other highway that cuts through town closer to the coast that we're looking at right now. I think that would have been a lot better. This area here, I had to do multiple times. We kind of talked about with the porous industry, which is really frustrating. Overall, though, I enjoyed the experience. I hope people got something out of it, and I hope they didn't get disappointed after they saw the titles and what I was trying to serve up. Vanilla Cities Skylines is fun. It's a great game. I just think the mods have ruined it for me. The amount of detail we can do with mods, the amount of visual stimulation improvements that we can get are ridiculous. One of the things we didn't really show a screenshot of, the traffic was about 73%, and I wanted to spend time to improve that, but to be honest with you, I was done. I was really just done with this city, done with Vanilla City Skylines for now, but I wanted to finish it. Oh, there we did show a screenshot of it. Again, that moving that highway closer to that downtown area where a lot of the traffic is would have helped. The industry area with the factories, there's probably too much traffic in that area and not enough mass transit. We could have fixed it with that. Yeah, again, I apologize, but I really wanted to be done with this city, and yeah, I learned my lesson. If we're doing educational videos moving forward, they're not going to be a series. They will be in a test map that I'll save and we'll do just for those tutorials. I don't think I have the patience and time, honestly, to make a series like that. And I do want to thank everyone who stuck around and hung out with us throughout the whole series, and look forward to a lot of fun things coming in 2022. We're not going to slow down with the output of content. I'm just going to try to get better and make sure it's stuff that I'm enjoying and having fun with. I'm Socksway Up, and I'll catch you on the next video.